Metaverse Use Cases Reality Check.
Hello, everybody. Those who are standing, come on, grab a seat. We don't bite. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But come on, we're going to talk about Metaverse use cases. I know that the Metaverse has been a little bit of a buzzword, Metaverse, community, and all of those words, but we're going to actually get down to, the details on the actual use cases on how we're, going into the next phase of the internet and what that gets into. Are you guys ready? Come on, I need some energy from you guys. Come on, there we go. I need some classes. Thank you. Is everyone doing okay today? Okay, I care about you, I acknowledge you. All right, okay. You guys doing good today?
Yeah, very good.
Good. Are you excited to be here?
Very much, yeah.
Good,
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's get into it. Like I said, there's a lot of hype around the metaverse right now, and many people just don't know even what it is or the use cases. So I'm going to ask that question, and then we'll get into just doing a quick intro so you guys can, because I think we're missing a few people, but yeah, so you could just give a quick intro and then answer the question on some use cases about the metaverse. Let's learn something new, people. Go ahead.
So, hi everyone. Hello. Hi everyone, good morning. So basically I'm Mark Grech. I help companies get into emerging tech and understand the product innovation about getting into these new products and innovation of marketing across various industries.
Hi, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Shazhaev. So I'm actually building at Farcana project, and we're doing a GameFi Metaverse. So I'm here to rooting for gamification of metaverses.
So guys, both of you are, working in the metaverse, doing great things. What are some use cases to kind of get the audience, if they're not familiar with, how we can use the metaverse? What's going on with the metaverse?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said in the beginning, I'm truly a believer that one of the maybe most simple ways and one of the most important ways to get people into the metaverse, mass adoption, is through the games. Because I actually believe that early trend and volume of the video games was actually the first step to the metaverse. Because people start playing, for example, games like a Grand Theft Auto, and it actually become metaverse for the some of the people and video gamers. You cannot imagine, but even in a local region where I am from, there was a small group of the video gamers who actually built a whole city in the game, whole city, and the game was not built for that. It actually was kind of cheating on this game. But these guys was actually able to build a city and have positions, job, work. Even someone tried to make something like a family there, and it was like a pure provement for me that that's the way how you need to make it to mass adoption, to show that actually when you come home and when you just want to rest, you want to, I don't know, try something else from your regular work, right?
So one of the use cases you're saying is gaming for the metaverse. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I have a quick question for you, since your whole industry is metaverse and gaming. Why are gamers very they're not so interested in maybe getting into the NFT or metaverse space? They're kind of okay, I'm happy with the games that I have, when in reality they're kind of already practicing NFTs in the metaverse with in-skin games. Who here plays games? Who here's a gamer? Okay, all right. And so do you guys buy in-skin games, spend some money? No? Yes. So, you get me, you get the vibe. So why, I just see those Reddit, on Reddit, you see a lot of people just kind of not really interested in pivoting into this space. And I'm wondering why, from your perspective.
So I want to clarify one thing. I truly believe that from the games and metaverses, there is a few differences. So one of the first differences is the rules. So in any game you have a rules and requirements, what you can do and what you cannot do. Usually in Metaverse you don't have that rules. So it's kind of psychology trick when gamers, they need some rules and mechanics to get into, but when they already fall in love with that world and they already like made everything in this world with these rules, with these mechanics, then they are interested to break these rules. And they want to get to into the metaverse. That's how it works as I see in my experience. And it was like the same experience as I said in the beginning. These guys first, like all this community, they try the game, they complete the game. And then as a next stage of their life in this metaverse, they start like building user cases, works, everything.
I like that. Interesting, perspective on needing rules, kind of like life. Very interesting. So what about yourself, Mark? What are some use cases for the metaverse? Just to kind of, make it not a buzzword and actually show some
Something
examples.
that makes sense. So yeah, eventually to carry on what he was saying, that at the end of the day, the metaverse is a game. So when we're looking into the metaverse space, I see that from a certain aspect, we're very early, because obviously the technology-wise, from a consumer side, they're not there yet. And at the end of the day, as we are mentioning, building games, you need to have good technology in order to run the system itself. But when it comes to real use cases, I would say that, as we are seeing, like in South American countries, they're like running courts in the metaverse itself.
They're running what?
Courts.
Like courtrooms,
Yeah,
like
legal
Oh,
courtrooms.
wow. Imagine going to court in the metaverse.
So yeah, to continue on that, eventually, yes, it's pretty interesting, but thinking about it, we're coming to a phase that not everyone can travel, not everyone can get from point A to point B. So at the end of the day, the metaverse is providing a sort of new experience for people that can carry on with their lives, but at the same time, provide new enhanced streams for them. It's the same, I would say, on the marketing side, that various industries can start looking into the metaverse to provide different alternatives to their customers themselves. It's not just about the game itself, but we can create worlds, communities, loyalty systems, VIP. So at the end of the day, I would say there's various tangible products that we can look into, especially nowadays with all this emerging tech, AI, Web3, blockchain, NFTs, digital collectibles, where everything works all in sync together. And at the end of the day, we're empowering the metaverse itself to be more out there and give out more possibilities to use.
Awesome. What do you guys think are the biggest misconceptions on, what the metaverse really is?
So yeah, I would say the biggest misconception, as I said, it was like to think that once you build some three-dimension world, people will like come crazy and got into it like in 1-2 years. That was one of the biggest misconceptions, because like it's the same thing as our previous colleague mentioned. Like you need time for that. You need actually time for that, and it means that the internet, the mobile phones also take time to get into the stage that it is now, right? So in that case, I think few ways to build metaverses and make it to mass adoption, as I said, is gamification, then try to solve issues and problems, as you mentioned, and only in that way it will go to the mass adoption. And I think like after at least 10, 15 years, when the next generation already will, I don't know, like will be more into it with the new solutions of some like a classic issues.
What are the new
then it will become
solutions?
new solutions, as he mentioned, for example, when you go to the court with the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
So let's say in some countries, someone will take it as a rule, right? And after that, the next generation will use
Everyone
it
in the
as
audience is like, I don't want to go to court. Can we have another use case? They're like, yeah, the metaverse is used to go to court. Like, great. I'm so excited about Web3. Anything else?
Something that I would add, I would say is, past 2 years we were in COVID era, so, practically 90% of companies were working from home. something that was being run through is having our own like dedicated space where people can connect and have meetings, for example, rather just having traditional meetings on Zoom or Meet. But we have the potential to create our own world for the company itself, where people can interact, employees from one side to another. And I would say, it's more interactive, and at the same time, it's more meaningful as well. And something to add as well is that it's not just building a world nowadays. Like in every industry, we are seeing, we need to have a solid community. So when building a metaverse, I see that behind it, you need to have a sustainable community itself, that they can bring value as well within the world itself.
How many of you have actually tried experimenting with the metaverse? Okay. What did you guys do there? Just yell it out to me. You. What did you do in the metaverse? You just walked around? Okay, interesting. So some use cases that I'm excited about is actually so kind of like virtual reality therapy, actually, like having this, anonymous, persona where you can like talk to somebody and connect to somebody in the metaverse and get the help that like you need and just like connect on a different level. I think that that's really interesting. Another use case other than going to court, even art galleries. Like right now, what On Cyber is doing is really, really awesome, where you could actually view art in just, a completely different way. I think that that's another interesting use case. But overall, like, again, this has been used as a big buzzword. So for those of you, have been in the Web3 or NFT community, you've heard things like community, metaverse, and like all of these words to sell projects. So how can we distinguish, or how could everybody in this room right now distinguish what's actually a metaverse project or what's just, a project trying to market and, say, oh, we're going to build a metaverse, and then they never actually do? How could we distinguish, what's actually real and what's not real?
So yeah, no, I would say, again, we're very early, and, something that we're not looking at is the big elephant in the room, which is regulation, which I would say it connects and helps builders to build a sustainable and a metaverse that people can really, get into and make use of. An interesting industry that I would say is getting into it is science and health, where nowadays, we can see doctors, they can operate virtually, rather just going straight away, as a learning side of it and educational at the same time. Because, at the end of the day, it's the health industry, there's ongoing studies, which in the metaverse, there's real cases that people are doing, and, I would say it's very positive.
So that actually brings me to, I guess, my last question. Where do you guys see the metaverse like progressing in the next 5 to 10 years? Where do you see it like being, or how will it be?
So my opinion is that, as I said before, it have to become and begin as a solutions, easy and simple solutions. For example, as you said, another user case is like we also will participate there. There will be another conference for the GameFi projects, but it will held in Decentraland, in the metaverse. So it's like this same use case when it's much more easier, right, to build a booth in the metaverse and present your project here, while like someone, for example, on this conference, someone cannot make it from America, right, from United States. But there will be everyone in the metaverse, and it's much easier. So I believe that it have to be solutions, one by one. And from a small group of people who use these solutions, it become like a mass adaptive after 10 years.
What about you?
So yeah, no, I would say, it's providing real value and filling a gap. I would say that we have nowadays in certain areas, and obviously it's more on the consumer side in order to mass adopt purely across different worlds. And at the end of the day, currently all worlds are siloed from one another. And at the end of the day, it's similar to the internet, I would say, where everything is connected to one another. So I'm pretty sure that we come to a point that from one side to another, everything is going to be connected and makes real sense in order for us consumers to jump into it and utilize.
I think that a lot of people are scared of Web3 because they think that, we're going to be so immersed in, technology, and it's going to be like Ready Player One for those of you that, watched the movie or saw the book, and it's going to take us from actual reality. And, what people like Mark Zuckerberg are saying, who is like creating the augmented reality, glasses. Has you guys seen the glasses? So Apple and Meta, they're creating these augmented reality glasses where you're going to be able to answer a text message with the flick of a wrist, right? So my response to everybody that's like afraid of Metaverse or Web3 is that it's just supposed to enhance our connection to one another, to like everybody globally. It's not supposed to take us away. At the end of the day, we're already on our phones. I don't know, for me, my screen time, don't look at it. I'm not gonna share my screen time, but it's very high. And I think that these things will just help us enhance our experience and kind of connect globally, which I think is very important for us. I think people are very lonely in this world, and hopefully the Metaverse and Web3 can actually help us, connect to one another.
Absolutely agree with that. Even I want to add that at Farcana, we're actually building that type of technologies. We're building actually a game, but we also was like on the side of the things that first of all you need technologies, immersive technologies, to make it like on another level. So we built AIs that detects your brain impulses and detects your emotions. Wow. So we believe that this is a significant step into the metaverse. When in the metaverse, your characters, okay, you see characters, right? Even you can see his like how he looks like. But when you see as a color of aura or even as his face, the emotions, actual emotions in real life, but in the 3D character is also a new level experience. And it also will help to communicate and to feel each other into the metaverse. So yeah, we actually absolutely agree with that one.
Very exciting. Our time is up, folks. We are coming to an end. Thank you so much to Mark and Islam for this amazing panel. Hope to see you all in the Metaverse, and thank you for joining. Thanks so much.